This time on Homestead Apprentice, we're meeting 3 potential new contestants, Jacob, Nicholas, and Lou. What's your name?
Jacob.
Cool. How'd you find us?
Found you guys through Bear Independent, spring 23, I think. I came over to Self-Reliance Fest.
Awesome. Did we meet?
We met briefly. I asked you about sewing projects. You told me to just get started, just pick something and do it.
So what did you do?
So far, what did I start with? I started copying Refuge Medical's little SOB, small to back kit. I had one of those, and I wanted it in tiger stripe, and they didn't make it in tiger stripe. So we tried doing that. I've done 3 or 4 of them now. Still not perfect. Edge taping is something I'm still trying to get used to. Since then, done pistol mag pouch. I tried replicating a bear, one of the bear facts. It's kind of so-so. They know what they're doing over there, because that's not an easy piece to recreate on my end. But
I tried to hire Cody when I met him. I didn't even know who Bear was. I just knew Cody was in my building and was here taking a class at Tactical Response. Yeah, Cody's good, man. What's work?
I work at a small leather shop in Smyrna. It's a little north of Murfreesboro. Mainly work on, do a lot of the retail side of it, but mainly work on making belts. Currently doing a run of wallets.
So what makes you want to do Homestead Apprentice?
Well, been around farms forever. Got to do some farm sitting for a lady I knew back in Boy Scouts. Worked for a large animal vet at one point. Worked doing riding stables there for a few years. I enjoy the farm environment. Homesteading's just kind of the localized, self-contained version, and I would love the chance to continue doing that kind of thing as a chance to provide as much of my own stuff as possible.
Tell me about the veterinarian job.
I was just looking for work at the time. We knew the guy through homeschooling, I think, is where we knew the guy. It was friend of a friend situation, but he worked as a traveling large animal vet, focused on horses, but we did cows, donkeys, mules, a little bit with goats. He didn't like working with goats. Nope. Never messed with. Oh, they're just nasty. I don't like them. Yeah. But yeah, mostly horses. A little bit on the breeding side of it. Lots of Friesians. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're the real big, pretty, black, long-haired horses. Medical nightmares, but absolutely gorgeous to work with. So I'd help. It would a typical day with that would be show up, feed the ones he had on site. He owned a little farm there on the outskirts of Cumberland County, and take care of whatever's on site. If we had to do any checkups on the ones there, we would, and then we'd load up the truck and head who knows where.
So were you the butthole guy?
No, because I didn't know what I'd be looking for. Would I do it? Sure, but I wouldn't know, okay, is this how it's supposed to be? So I was the guy that made sure he had everything he needed. Occasionally I'd help give shots or whatnot, but also I'm 6'7", I'm a big guy, so I'd be the guy that would hold the horse's head still while he's doing dental work. So.
Hi, hello.
What's up? What do you do?
What do? I do a lot of things, man. So I'm retired from the culinary industry after 22 years, and I'm trying to transition into being a farmer, hence the application for Homestead Apprentice and everything. But yeah, no, first of all, we're on our way to Ruckus right now, so we had to do a little Chinese fire drill. So yeah, my name is Nick, and I'm 37 years old, and I wanted to apply for the Homestead Apprentice because when I learned about it, when you first started putting out the content for it, it literally was everything that I've sort of been trying to look for, which is just like someone and anybody who's like willing to do this like homestead project with me, because it takes more than one person to do this anyway. Like it really does take a whole team to do a farm or a homestead. And I have a whole bunch of experience and background in a whole bunch of different like skill sets, like anything from like working on my cars to like about 8 years accumulative of agriculture experience at different levels, like some of them conventional farms, and then some of them like for the last 5 years I did my own microgreen farm as a side business, and it was like my first like entrepreneurial endeavor. And I've learned a lot from that. We had to move to a different town, and that made it so I had to shut that down temporarily. But
what was your product for the microgreens? What was your product?
My product was mainly just microgreens, and then I also forage when things are in season. So I would also offer my chefs forage goods too, mostly in the way of just like herbs and mushrooms and stuff.
What was your capacity on the microgreens?
I was putting out, capacity wise, let's see, it was about 6 pounds a week at least.
Like one wire rack shelf with 3, 6, 9, 12, 16 trays?
16 trays, and it was two main racks were my like workhorse racks. Yep.
And then like Barina lights, or what kind of lighting?
I was actually just using regular LED lights in like the blue daylight spectrum.
Yeah.
And I was doing it all. So part of the reason I want to be a farmer is I see what's broken with the system after 20 years of being a chef. And I just like, I could tell you so many things that ate at my soul. And so I was like, what do I do with my time? And after peeling that onion back and just answering question after question, what I got down to was, in order to fix like what's wrong with the world, we really do need to fix the soils and everything that we consume from those soils. It all starts there. Like it really all starts in that first 6 inches of earth, man.
Where did you train to be a chef at?
I'm actually like, so School of Hard Knocks, kind of. I throw myself into industries. So I've been cooking since I was like 8.
Hi.
Hey, what's up? Is that a green screen?
I have yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I guess.
Tell me about you.
Okay. 44, self-employed restaurant owner, family of 4 kids, happily married.
Tell me about the restaurant.
Pizza, mostly Italian food. Working on getting into the steaks and barbecue end of things, but that's a little difficult.
How many seats
That's
you got?
about 55.
What's the most expensive thing in a restaurant?
Well, I make a big ass pizza. It's got a whole bunch of things in it. It goes for $36. So that's pretty fun.
Cool.
It's got some weight to it, about 8 pounds, give or take.
What's the most profitable thing in a restaurant?
Appetizers. If you look at a menu, John, and whoever else is on, first item and last item are usually your most profitable items when you have the descriptions on the menu.
Why do you want to come do this?
I have a love for being able to provide for my family. I think things are going a little sideways at the grocery store and all that stuff. So if I can offset some of the costs, that's a big thing. That's one of the big things.
And you're going to leave New Jersey, shut down the restaurant, and move to the middle of nowhere.
We have been actively looking for a spot in the middle of nowhere for quite some time. So a fantasy dream of ours would be a farm to fork homestead property. That's a fantasy. We're making steps to get towards that, but little at a time.
How did you find us?
I've been following SOE for a while now. So between you, Bear Independent, Nicole, and all that, I guess I'm in the social media loop.
Who'd you find first?
Oh, Jaeger, Tactical Response, and then that brought me to you guys. And then
how many classes you got with James?
I've done 4 or 5 with him. Just rifle and pistol one. And I think I did a TCC. I don't remember if it was with them or with Sheepdog Response.
Cool. Is your wife on board?
Yeah, she is. She's actually trying to get me to go down there a little quicker. I'm being a little bit more reserved. So as far as finding a property down south, I have a punch list, right? Like wants. I want water source on the property, and if I could have well or natural gas, that's fantastic. She just wants to get it on. She's sick of it up here.
What does she do on a day-to-day basis?
We homeschool.
Okay, so she's home right now?
No, right now she subs at she does part-time at a doctor's office, chiropractor's office. So she helps out over there on Fridays.
What program do you use for homeschooling?
Seton. It's Christian-based. This is our first year with them. I mean, my oldest is 8, so we still have a little bit of wiggle room. My youngest is 1.5 years.
When did you make that decision? How long have you been homeschooling?
We've always supplemented their education. My school district, I'm not a big fan of. So my wife wanted to put them through the district. So first and second grade. For third grade, she could see the writing on the wall. I've been coaching her, trying to, but she had to make her decision up. You know, it's a team effort.
Yep.
So once she was on board, we were already ready to pull the trigger. But we've always supplemented what they were doing.
Can you walk out of that store and that store runs without you there for a week?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. My parents are still involved. So like I said, second generation. I'm gearing up for May so I can have them be there when I'm not.
What do you think are your strong suits coming into this project here? What would you bring that you're strong at, and what do you think you're lacking at?
Strength wise, I'm fairly adaptable. I have a common sense, a little bit about everything, kind of, you know. I don't mind criticism. It's actually necessary for me. There's only one way you're going to get better, is if you learn. And I am smart enough to know that I don't know much. That's my strength. I mean, I turn it on when it's work time, right? It's time to work.